Okay, so I found out what a Murphy bed is. Those are part of like 20 something pieces of hardwood plywood and also a bunch of pine boards to make this bed frame. Murphy bed is stands up against the wall and the bed tilts down like on a hinge. So yeah, keeps cats off it when you're not using it. So yeah, there's a lot of wood cutting, you know, running around with a table saw, with sawhorses, and with a hand saw. I got a little skill saw, like an antique one. So now what I'm doing is starting to screw them together. You know, you got to position everything. I'll show pictures of the kit. The kit's pretty darn good, you know. So I'd have to recommend it if you ever want to make a Murphy bed. It's pretty easy so far. So yeah, I dig it. I'm not going to show close-ups because they'll probably get like copyright angry. So anyway, I'll get some more, but I'm not going to do a lot of video on this because it's going to be hours and days and stuff. So I'll get highlights. Hold on. While I was screwing around, let me tell you. So I'm putting glue in here. Not a lot. It's got a lot of fucking screws, man. Just something that's gonna might grab onto it, especially around this glue. Get more glue after this. Yeah, it's getting low. Glue makes it way stronger. See if I can let this down without moving it. Looks like it's pretty close. It's funny, I felt it settle onto that glue. Now, so now it's just taking the gap out and screwing it down. Let's see. There's some big screws. Now I'm going to the other end and I'll push it together with this crack. That's what I'm after. About where it's going to be. Maybe I'll do that more. That's nice. Even if they're only here for a second. Huh. Oh yeah. Gotta love crank screws. They're really great. Well, pretty much looks like it's done. Except for finishing, of course. Hey guys, the Murphy bed. Should have known when I saw the name Murphy that Murphy was involved in a Murphy bed. So anyway, I'm using hardwood plywood because it is way stronger than regular wood, even hardwood, especially in terms of its ability to flex and not crack. But it has a really ugly edge, so I go to Lowe's, I get this super thin piece of birch that has hot glue on the back, so I can make these edges look pretty. So you put it on with an iron. So I had to borrow my wife's irons. Hold on a second, I'm gonna zoom this in. That's not it. So there's one iron that I could do it, but it's kind of bulky. Gonna be holding a while. So I got her old-timey iron. See, isn't that pretty? The pretty little iron. This is old school stuff here. It's what happens when you have old people. So stand by on my setup, but essentially you take the iron and you put your material here and you get it hot and you work this balancing act between burning this and melting the glue. So yeah, that's how it works. So that's me this week, fighting with Murphy's bed. It's actually going pretty easy. The guys that make this, it's called Creative Bed, trademark. They have really good instructions. They obviously understand DIYers, you know. So some of it gets tedious, but it's very detailed instructions and they have it all dialed in. And I'm telling you, I mean, it comes out real perfect. So yeah, the only part that gets hard for most people is the refinishing, is finishing the wood, making it look real nice, you know. And even for me, something this size, I got a tiny shop, so yeah, that's how it is. Stand by for more. Ugly spot? No. Ow. Keep your fingers off the hard part, Kim. cooled off. Oh yeah, that'd be perfect. If you don't let this cool off, it's liable to pull it back when you work farther over, and then they go over here and there'll be a gap. I hate it when it. Now, I'm gonna kind of, I'm not pulling very hard, but I'm gonna hang it up with a piece of tape. What's this look like? My monster iron. Actually, it's a Watch Monster iron. I got this iron on linen, so it's pretty hot. Ouch. Problem is my finger walks over there and finds it. So it's important, because if you get it too hot, it stays hot a long time, and it'll move. That's pretty good. Anyway, that's how it's done. So this is a Kreg screw drill bit. I use it to punch through the little piece of pine and countersink for the head of the screws. And a lot of the screws were Kreg screws that I used, unless they were supplied directly in the kit. So this is kind of all the pieces when I started assembling it. So now I've put it, and I've coated it with a pre-stain. It helps the stain be more uniform. It's kind of what you do. You rub it all in everywhere you're going to put the stain. So it looks like a golden glow now. So what's coming up? Oh yeah, close up. See, all the stringers across the middle are pine boards. And they're just to hold up the little in-between plate. So there it is, stained, red mahogany. You can tell it's getting late. And then, after I sprayed a bunch of sealer on it, lacquer, actually. So seal with lacquer. And there it stands in a little bedroom where it's going to be used. Nice, huh? Okay, another one from the Weird Things catalog. So this is a device that is pretty much sealed. It cannot be taken apart. There's no screws, no covers. It's like it was assembled and then at least this part of it was radio frequency welded together and, you know, somehow, so it doesn't come apart. But the remains of the wire, this neutral wire, isn't connected in there. I could stretch it. See how far it stretched? I cut them off afterwards, but I pulled it and you could see the insulation stretching right down here, which means that the wire is broken, and it's from doing this all the time. Let me see. Take a look at the original wire just for reference. Notice the ground is broken off and missing, and then the wire goes all the way over there, and you run into something like that. There's the strain release halfway down the middle of the wire at another area that's been taped up. It's weird. So anyway, back to this guy. This is like a giant mixer, like a handheld mixer. It connects over here to a big stock. It's like a commercial operation, restaurants and stuff like that, that they use to, I don't know, mix something. And they tell me this piece is over $400, and it's not that old. So before and I have an arrangement, it's like, if I can fix it, I will. If I can't, I'm going to toss it, you know, throw it away, whatever. And they're good with that. If I can help them out, I will. So I'm going to try something weird to get at these wires to fix them. And it starts with making a dam. What I'm going to do is make a mold of this nipple up here so that I can cut it off, find the wires, get them out, maybe fix them, and then get them all tucked back in, and then recast a plastic to replace this. See if it works. Yeah, see if it works. Cool. Stand by. Okay, so here's the guy. On the back side, I basically hot glued the wire to seal it to the mold. So the mold is hanging down. The reason I did that is that inside this thing, it's all hollow, and it's got stuff. Oh yeah, I got some friggin' plastic in the knob. So yeah, trying to keep it out of the works. Yeah. Successfully or unsuccessfully, I don't know yet. Cool. Okay, so I got this guy off. You know, I just got in there with this little prod and got it loose from the back side over here. And so now, come on. There it goes, it's coming. Oh, there he is. Look at that. Well, that looks mighty nice. Let me give it a little bit more perspective. This is all new plastic right here. I molded. There's, you can see the boundary right there. Right there's a boundary. It's got a hold of the wire pretty good, and everything is kind of shielded. Cool. Hey guys, Kim here. Pops Fix the Shop. Well, there always comes a time when you fail. Totally. Completely. And this is one of them. So, and it's funny, it's something that I know about and I warned about in a prior video when I was working on a Toyota. And that's the effects of the liquid plastic going someplace where it doesn't belong. So, you know, I'll show you the picture of this. I mean, this, let me walk up by the camera. Right? Right here. This is the fix. This is the way it came out after I cast it. It was beautiful. It's like slap yourself on the back. Nice. It was molded right on there, had a new cord, plugged it in. Nothing happened. Switches are moving. Can't test it because it's now a sealed unit. So I had to solder it apart, started operating on it. And there's a safety circuit in here with a little button that gets pushed, and the plastic got into there and froze it in the position where it won't let the thing run. And I mean, in all fairness, you could cut this off and do something with it, but its purpose as a device working in a commercial environment ended right there. I did learn what I did wrong, so I know exactly what I did wrong. That's interesting. Huh. But it is what it is. So when you screw up, you admit it. And so this is a lesson in, I even knew that I had to be very careful about getting that plastic up in here, and yet I managed to do it. So next time I'll be more careful. Thanks for watching.